That was my trigger. Not the full punch in the face I had expected, but something a lot more subtle, talking to somebody who had already been triggered. The nervous energy in me burned up within seconds, and suddenly I was seeing the same gray hue as she was. And I knew there was no going back to the everything is fine as long as I'm distracted face. I don't know if my eyes were closed or opened. It wasn't like I was seeing anything clearer, but what I could see made more sense. So maybe it wasn't anything to do with my perception, maybe it was my perspective. I learned pretty early on that two conflicting perspectives can each hold a kernel of truth, yet I am still figuring out how one can flip from being happy to being depressed and still be understandable. I sensed it coming, but I wasn't entirely ready for this. The way my room seemed to shrink and grow dimmer. The aching void in my stomach, my chest, my head that seemed to open. The urge to lay in one place and stare at the ceiling forever. All in under a minute. I could win a medal for the most dramatic mood swing ever. It's too soon to be feeling like this. I've been here for less than 10 days. Maybe I felt better there because not everything and everyone around me reflected my misery. I told myself when I was there that at least I could look forward to going back home, but, looking around the room, I realize I have no attachment to this place and feel an inexplainable loathing instead. I want to go home now, but I don't know where that is and have lost the ability to picture it. I can barely recall how this summer was like, how it felt, even how it looked. I want to remember, but I don't want to remember. I want to remember because I was a real person then, and if I can't remember how that feels, will I ever be able to be a real person again? I don't want to remember because that would mean the air would fill with my silent wishes and the etching longing would take over again, but I realized recently that longing is so draining and I do not think I have enough energy to sustain it anymore.